Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Sitdowns with yours truly, R. Adrianus. Firstly, I want to apologize for everybody because I know that I got pushed back for my scheduling again for this video. I actually recorded one for today's subject matter and had to scrape it because it just the quality got really messed up for some reason, and then there was a lot of sound saturation. And it was madness. But we're back again. We have our video for you, everybody, and we're gonna get down to some really cool stuff. What I wanted to talk about today for the sit downs is the idea behind musical inspiration. I'm sure that many of you recall I did the inspiration video not too long ago, and but that was just like inspiration very broadly. I want to focus more on music, and I know that this isn't really a music blog, but I want to talk about how music applies to one's life, one's creative life, and especially for me as a writer, I've had music inspire me on in many occasions, on many different levels. When I'm reading something, it also helps. When I'm writing, it helps me visualize, stuff like that. So let's get down to it. Um, Music. I've always used music as a good platform for I guess kind of getting those creative juices flowing. A lot of people have that issue where they have writer's block because they can't get into a certain rhythm. They can't have they can't have ideas. They're trying to develop new concepts for their stories, and they just can't do it. For some reason they excuse me. For some reason they find a block. And for me, I know I can get that block if I haven't been exposed to kind of a certain melodic environment for a prolonged amount of time. I don't hear music for a while, and then I get kind of crabby and it's really stagnant. I think music for me really is a good stimulator. Both as a catharsis and then also intellectually. I kind of need the physical movement of the music to help me get going. And then just as a visualizer, it makes me kind of laugh because for music nowadays, everyone has all of their technology. There's all these musical visualizers that they have for like iTunes and for people's game consoles whenever they play music off of them. There's always like this visualizer to kind of keep the flow going. You're not just listening to a track and then a blank screen. Um, and I think for me, I kind of by proxy become the visualizer for the music that I'm listening to, which I think is amazing because I need that as a writer. It's not that I'm picturing waves and sprits and sprays of color. It's not like that. I'm not on LSD or something. Um, I'm using the music to kind of channel my creativity and making sure that it helps me structure whatever scenes I'm going to be writing. Oftentimes I think more of like the music kind of is like a background to something that I'm going to write, or it creates a tone, creates mood, stuff like that. Music can, has a lot of innate qualities to it that help me as a writer. And then as readers, I know that everyone has like their favorite tracks, their favorite musicians who maybe they feel a lot more comfortable playing when they read. It kind of gives them that kind of like soothing motion. You kind of feel antsy sometimes if you want to read something, but then someone's blasting some horrific song in the background and you just can't stand it, and it breaks your concentration. It helps with concentration. Music, I think, is great for people to focus, and you just need to find that thing that that one musician, that those sets of songs that help you do that. I know for me, songs that help me focus when I read oftentimes are classical or jazz. Mainly because they're not often comprised of lyrics. Lyrics for me kind of distract from what I'm reading, so I want to focus solely um, on the content on the page. So I want to fixate on that, absorb it. So when I listen to classical, it helps me focus because I hear instruments. I don't hear words that are trying to distract, trying to kind of pull my concentration from one set of words that are in front of me. And then as a writer, music it's so diverse for me because I need so many different tones and different moods. So I always want to listen to a variety of music. That way it helps me helps create different scenes for me, helps create different moods, and it just inspires different thoughts. I was listening to a song I hadn't heard in so long yesterday. it was a Mazzy Star song, and it inspired a different scene from one of my novels that I've actually already pre-written, but it helped me tack on something more for the book. So I wrote it down, and it helped me out, and I'm like, okay, great. So I have even that much more to write for that book, and it was great. It was one of those nice moments that I get quite often. I'm very grateful that that happens with me. So yeah, music. It's a great inspiration. A lot of people, it helps them get into their comfort zone, helps them focus, helps them break writer's block. I know it helps with me. I don't really have an issue with writer's block that much, but I do have an issue with writer sluggishness. That is a very real issue for me. But yeah, music. I guess my last thoughts for you guys is my favorite bands. Everyone has their favorite bands. I know my favorite bands that have helped me are Linkin Park and Flyleaf. Everyone knows who Linkin Park is. I think they're one of the biggest acts in the world right now. And then Flyleaf, lesser known. They're kind of a Christian band, which is funky. I never thought my second favorite band would be a Christian band. I think they more say themselves that they're a rock band who happen to be Christian, but they have some really cool lyrics, very moving stuff, very well written and very melodic. And then Linkin Park, they're just so diverse, and they're one of the most eclectic bands I know. So I think that's why they have been a really good inspiration for me, both musically, just because I love the music, and also because of my writing. So yeah, those are my two favorite bands, and they have helped me along with my literary journey. But hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Music, it's great for me. Hopefully, it's great for you, and hope to see you soon. Peace and love.